welcome to Popcorn Podcast with Leigh and Tim. I'm Leigh.
I'm Tim.
And we've got some good reviews coming for you this week.
The best.
We've just been to see Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
Very, very fun film. Very exciting, I thought. What did you think?
Well, look, I think on our way out we were talking about our initial reactions, and I don't think I had the same sort of giddy feeling walking out. What did I say? I found it painfully irritating.
Which quite strong.
Which is it is a bit strong and narky, but I mean, I grew up with Pokemon. I had Pokemon trading cards and blue and red games on Game Boy and stuff, so it was a big trip down nostalgia lane for me. But I guess my feelings around the movie was that it definitely was tailored towards kids, and that's fine. That's not a problem at all. But I just found the main reason I didn't like it, I just found Ryan Reynolds annoying.
Really?
Yeah, I did. His voice.
Wow.
And I thought it was trying too hard to be funny, and the jokes just fell flat on me.
Well, look, I don't agree so strongly. I wouldn't say I was giddy coming out of it, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was a fun film. It was really colourful. It was exciting. You know, it's the first live-action Pokemon film. I think they did a really great job with the CGI. I think the CGI was the best thing about it. I'll agree with you that the plot was a little thin on the ground.
What plot?
It was a little bit... There was a plot. It was a little bit obvious. There was a lot of exposition.
Yeah.
I think they explained a lot, which, you know, you've got to do for a kid's film. It's primarily a kid's film.
But I also felt like it was too complicated for a kid as well.
Really?
Because I was getting a bit lost going, they're just setting up, there's a lot of exposition and they're hand-feeding you all this really convoluted detail that I just found really quite boring.
Really?
But yeah. Oh, gosh. I really didn't like it, did I?
It seems like you didn't. I found it good. I liked the colour. I liked the energy of it.
I agree with you there.
I thought it was really fun. And as I said, the CGI was great. And I think Justice Smith, the star of it, was really good. I thought he did a good job.
Oh, Leigh, so here we are, second podcast, and we're already butting heads. See, I can't stand that guy.
Really?
Yeah, Justice Smith. I find him awkward. Oh. And his comedic timing is really... I think he's really dull as well.
Oh, wow.
Far out. What's wrong with me?
There's nothing wrong with you.
I need to lie down.
You obviously didn't like it. Wow.
No. I don't think he carried the movie very well. I don't think he could.
Ryan Reynolds was carrying the movie, wasn't he?
Well, true,
really?
But then he also irritated me.
I thought the pick of Ryan Reynolds' voice on this fluffy little gorgeous Pikachu was actually really good. The contrast was very good. I think he's the perfect Pokemon, really, isn't he?
Right, yeah.
In real life and on screen.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed it.
Okay. That's fine. No, look, I will mention the CGI, how they definitely gave character to all the Pokemon that we know and love. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really kind of cool.
It had some heart. Would you agree with that?
It definitely had some heart. It did. It did.
And it had a little bit of a twist at the end.
Yes.
Which we won't reveal. But there was a little bit of a twist.
It's a spoiler-free review.
It is, but hang in there for the twist. There's a cute little heartwarming twist at the end, of course. It's a kid's film.
Yes, it is. Pokemon is for kids, but I think there's a big adult audience that will go and see this movie, like myself, like you. And I'm really interested to see when it drops on May 9, what the wider audience feel about the film.
Do you think you need to be a Pokemon fan to see it?
I think there's a lot in there that you get a kick out of being a Pokemon fan, just knowing all the moves and what sort of personality some of the Pokemon are, and you kind of laugh when you see them in the frame and they do their little thing and you kind of, oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you need to know Pokemon to watch the movie, to be honest, But Pokemon hasn't gone anywhere in 25 years or however long it's been around, so it's hard to not know Pokemon going into this movie.
So how many popcorn kernels would you give it?
I'd probably give it a 2.5 or a 3. Yeah. Ooh. It's a 2.8 count.
Ooh,
Can you do that?
No,
that's not a thing.
Halves only, please.
Okay, well maybe a 2.5.
Okay. I'm going to go for a 4.
Okay.
You know, I generally enjoyed it. Maybe a 3.5. Let's go 3.5. Okay. Pokemon, right. Detective Pikachu. Go see it on May 9. What else has come out this past week?
Okay, so we mentioned in our first podcast a few movies coming out, and now they are. Top End Wedding, Peppa Pig Festival of Fun.
Festival of Fun is... You know, it's for kids. It's only got a limited release, so get in there and see it. And it's a good one to take the kids to, I think.
It's weird that it's come out when school holidays is over. Don't you?
I don't know about that. I don't know about the timing.
Well, I guess weekends are weekends, but I mean, it came out after the 2-week Easter holiday. So that always fascinates me when they release. Yeah, the timings seem a bit off, but I guess there's a reason for that.
Well, I want to talk about Top End Wedding because it's an Aussie film and we love Aussie films. It's a romantic comedy and it's doing really well. Generally, Aussies don't do romance films well, but we do our own stories well. And I think this is where this movie is really shining because it's a story about family, about connection to the land, and it's an Indigenous story. And I think we need more of those on screen. Agree. So support Aussie cinema. Get out there and see Top End Wedding. It's
definitely on my to-watch list as well, so hopefully we'll be able to talk about that in more depth.
Movie news.
Oh, yes.
This week, some exciting movie news that Baz Luhrmann's Elvis biopic is going to be filmed in Queensland.
Yes, bringing I love Baz when he always brings his big productions to Australia. He's one of those Australian artists who have definitely found the importance and the relevance of creating jobs out here and bringing his productions out here, whether it be the whole production or just bits and bobs. I think that's really important. You know, Kate Blanchett does that as well, you know, when she did the Sydney Theatre Company and all the rest of it. So really owning the Australian heritage and keeping it local. I find it interesting that he's doing Elvis, though.
I don't know what the story is behind that.
Has Baz always been a lover of Elvis?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him next time we have a chat.
Yeah, sure. Let me know. FaceTime me when you do.
FaceTime him, yeah. But it will create more than 900 jobs for the Australian economy, which is a massive win.
Yeah, that's huge.
So we love that. Who would play Elvis?
You know what? I haven't really thought of that. Do you think he's going to cast a name or will it be an unknown?
I think it has to be an unknown.
Yeah.
I was thinking long and hard about this, about who I would love to see in the role, and I just think Nicole Kidman's not going to cut it this time.
Oh, God.
Paz loves Nick.
Nick can do anything.
Nick can do anything.
She can do Elvis too.
Yeah. It has to be an unknown, I think, for it to work, and I'd be really excited if you could also uncover an Aussie unknown.
Oh, that would be controversial. That would be controversial. I think Elvis would need to be an American.
A mochi moment from Mark, who writes, I just want to thank you for making GLP-1s affordable. What would have been over $1,000 a month is just $99 a month with Mochi. Money shouldn't be a barrier to healthy weight. 3 months in, and I have smaller jeans and a bigger wallet. You're the best. Thanks, Mark. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Mark is a Mochi member compensated for his story.
Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.
Actor? Do you? I reckon. I don't think he'd be able to get away with casting an Australian or something like that, unless they had serious chops.
I guess it's going to depend on what era of his life it's going to be focusing on. Whether it's going to be the young or the older Elvis, or whether it's going to be his whole life. I guess we'll need a few actors then.
Yeah, and a bit of face prosthetics.
A fat suit.
Fat suit. Yeah. I don't really know a great deal about Elvis. I've been to Memphis, to Graceland.
Oh, have you?
That's good fun. And I believe Baz has spent a lot of time at Graceland doing research and working with the team there. So that's really good. That's something he does well. He does a lot of research. He takes his time when he jumps into his next projects. Yeah. Do we have a release date for this?
We don't as yet, but it's going to start filming, I think, soon. I don't know, I'm making that up, really.
So I'm sure we'll find out who Elvis is soon then, I guess. If it's that soon.
We had some sad news this week as well. Yes. Peter Mayhew passed away, who played Chewbacca, obviously, in Star Wars. Yeah. It's very, very sad. He passed away on April 30, I think, of natural causes.
Yeah, I think heart issues.
Yeah. Right before May the 4th, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
Failed Peter Mayhew.
Yeah.
The ultimate co-pilot.
Right, exactly. Oh, that's bringing a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
It's actually quite upsetting that he won't be able to see his final work.
Yeah, exactly.
In Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. gosh.
Come on, Tim, check your notes.
Terrible.
Check your notes.
Yeah, so that's a real shame. But it's good that he will live on in that film as well, though.
Yeah.
Which will be really nice.
And I've got to put this in here because you said we're going to mention The Rock every podcast. It might not happen.
Myself for that.
I know, it might not happen every time, but it was The Rock's birthday on May 2nd.
Happy birthday, Rock.
Happy birthday, Dwayne. He was surprised with a cake while on location filming Jumanji 2.
I wonder if if it was a cheat day and he was able to have some of that cake.
He drinks a lot of tequila on his cheat days.
Does he?
Does tequila go with cake?
Does he have a tequila business? Maybe it was a tequila cake.
Yeah, he loves it. What do you think about Jumanji 2? Are you looking forward to it?
Look, I was knocked off my chair at the success of Jumanji for a few reasons. One, that it was a sequel to a mid-90s classic that no one really asked for, but for some reason everyone went to see it. It was a lot of fun. I think it was another Rock movie where it knows the movie it's making and it's kind of a bit
cheeky.
self-deprecating, a bit cheeky, all that stuff. Yeah, I had a good time in there. But it was definitely, you knew that you were going in there for a family fun film. It was a no-brainer they were going to do a Jumanji 2 when the first one made over $1 billion, right? But yeah, look, I'll just chill out and wait to see it. I'm not really going to be checking the calendar for its release or whatever.
I'm quite excited. I mean, I think he did a great job actually of taking the spirit of the first Jumanji and not trashing it as so many reboots or refreshes can do these days. Yeah, I think he's going to do a good job, but I'm really curious to see how they end up back in the game because they smashed it at the end of the last film with the bowling ball. They smashed the video game.
Yeah. I mean, will the board game resurface, perhaps?
I know, that's going to be a tricky one. They need to really make it believable.
I mean, I'm sure they've thought of it and we just can't pick the twist at this point in time.
Yeah. We're going to talk about some new trailers this week.
Oh, yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog. We got a first glimpse of Sonic the Hedgehog and people did not like it.
They hated it. They could not wait to rip this trailer and particularly the design of Sonic the Hedgehog to shreds.
I know. What was it about him that they didn't like? It was his teeth?
It was his everything. It was his teeth, his legs, that he looked too human.
Yeah, he looked
his
like
eyes.
He looked like the kid from Jumanji. He looked like when he turns into a
he turns into the
monkey.
ape. Oh my God, that is so true. It's just awkward.
So people didn't like it and they voiced their opinions on Twitter as they do. And director Jeff Fowler came out this week and said that they've heard the complaints and that Paramount and Sega are going to fix it. They're committed to fixing it.
How?
I'd have no idea.
Do they have a kitty of millions of dollars set aside in case there were complaints?
I know.
And they were like, right.
Some people are going to be doing some serious overtime over the next few months because the movie's meant to come out in January 9 next year.
Right. That's not very far away.
I don't know if people know how animation works, but I don't know exactly how it works, but I can say with some certainty that it's going to take a lot of fixing.
Yeah. It's called Sonic the Hedgehog. He'll be in most scenes and shots, so there's a lot of work to redo there.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to completely augment his look. Like that's, that any shot would need to be changed because if his legs are too muscular, they have to be changed. If his eyes are too human, they have to be completely reworked.
I know.
If his teeth are too human, well, there you go. If he talks in any shot, you have to redo those shots.
Yeah. And it's something from every quadrant of his body, pretty much. You can't just cut like a bit out or, you've got to redo the whole thing. It's crazy. What do you think about his co-stars?
Oh, look.
Jim Carrey and James Marsden.
I love a bit of Jim Carrey, but I don't know, something about this trailer made me care so little for the movie. I thought it looked ridiculous. Oh. And I wasn't even focusing on the design of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's a bit of a non-issue for me, or I guess didn't really notice so much until they were put side by side. Look, I think this will either flop or really take off, just like any sort of iconic character in the...
I think Jim Carrey does caricatures well. He does like cartoon characters well. And I think
a good role
that's a good role for him. James Marsden seems to be the go-to guy for starring alongside an animated cartoon character. He was in the movie Hop, which was about the Easter Bunny. Yeah. I do love James Marsden, but I'm not too sure about this movie either.
He just needs to do a Looney Tunes live action animation.
Is he going to be in Space Jam? The next Space Jam?
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe after they see this trailer, they might cast him in that as well.
So it'll be interesting to see how this moves forward and what actually does change.
I want to know the price tag against the changes, whether they'll release that.
That'll be interesting.
Or, to your point, whether they'll push the release date. I think they will, maybe to April or whatever, depending on
it could hurt the release of the film. It could hurt it.
Yeah.
And we also got a trailer for Crawl, which is your typical monster alligator horror.
Well, it sounds pretty horrific to me.
Yeah, so it's about a hurricane hitting Florida and a girl and her dad being trapped in their home while floodwaters rise and a killer alligator comes for them. It feels like Sharknado.
Oh, definitely.
With an alligator.
The trailer looks full on. Like I watched it recently and it was, they've gone all out here. What's this alligator got against these people? But
yeah, I'm always very hesitant.
Really hates them.
I'm always very hesitant when these kind of movies, when the monster does just go for these people. It's like, surely he would get bored and go looking for someone else that's a bit easier to
There's plenty
get.
of other people swimming around,
exactly.
I'm sure.
There's plenty of food floating around. Go for someone else.
Yeah, but I have a soft spot for movies like that. I think they're a lot of fun and they go in all different directions.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a good fun in the cinema.
Well, that's coming to Aussie cinemas on July 11 this year.
Very soon.
What have we got coming up next week on May 9?
Well, obviously Detective Pikachu, which we've spoken about. Another one which I actually didn't realise was a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, but the Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway filmed The Hustle. So that's out this week. What are your thoughts on Rebel Wilson and her type of comedy?
I think it's very samey.
Yes.
Look, I like Rebel. I like the spirit of Rebel. I don't generally enjoy her movies.
Because of Rebel?
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice, but look, I'm not a big fan of her movies. It's not going to stop me from seeing it. Anne Hathaway's accent, though, in this. What is going on with her accent?
I didn't realise that that's her character's accent. I thought it was just the trailer. We were just looking at a scene where she was putting on that accent, but that's actually her accent in the whole movie.
It is.
And I was like, why? It's really bad.
We have to listen to English Anne Hathaway.
But it's like posh English Anne Hathaway. It's just a weird thing. I do like Anne Hathaway. I think she's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about this movie that feels like it's just going to be a bit of a dud.
Yeah.
Well, it's obvious it's a piss take, but whether it goes too far down that slapstick comedy where it's just the pill's too big to swallow sort of thing.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. We've also got All Is True, which is a Shakespeare story starring Kenneth Branagh.
Surprise, surprise. Him and another Shakespeare.
He loves Shakespeare,
He does.
doesn't he? God, he loves a good Shakespeare film. So it's set towards the end of Shakespeare's life, and it stars all the big Brits, all the sirs and dames. We've got Dame Judi Dench and Sir Ian McKellen and
It's a great
Sir
cast.
Kenneth Branagh. It's a great cast.
I think you just see it just for the triple threat, really.
Exactly. We've also got Poms, which is a ladies starting a cheerleading squad in their retirement village, starring Jackie Weaver, Diane Keaton. I do love Diane Keaton.
And Angelica Houston?
No, it doesn't star Angelica Houston, but it's funny that you should mention that because Jackie Weaver's just had a big beef with Angelica Houston this week. So Angelica Houston came out and said that, pretty much put down those kind of movies and said that she would never star in a basic cheerleading movie about old ladies making a cheerleading squad. Basically taking a dig at this movie.
Right.
Maybe an unintended dig. She was talking about the kind of movies that she wants to star in. But Jackie Weaver has taken umbrage to this and told her to go fuck herself.
Oh my God.
Language alert. But
I do like Jackie Weaver. I mean, she's found a second win in her career of the last 10 years or whatever. And I think she's great. She's unapologetic. She popped up in...
she's been in everything. Silver Linings Playbook. She was in Life of the
movie.
Party with Melissa McCarthy just recently.
Oh, Bird Box.
Yep.
She popped up in Bird Box for a short while, which was a bit weird. But yeah, no, she's just working non-stop the whole time.
She's got the goods.
And I love that she's pairing up with Diane Keaton, who's kind of like the spokeswoman for these sorts of weird movies. You know, older, mature women doing crazy things.
Female empowerment. I think
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the word I was...
Later in life.
Yeah.
That's the PC way. Let's say that.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Angelica Houston returns serve with.
Right, yes. Watch this space.
Yeah. And on that sweary note, I think that's all we have time for this week, Tim.
Yeah, well, I think we jam-packed that in. Detective Pikachu, The Hustle, a few movies out this week, so go check them out. We'd love to hear what you think about them as well. I guess, were you more on Leigh's side of the fence or my side of the fence with Detective Pikachu? We'll see.
Don't take it so seriously, I
think I
Just
took it a bit
fun.
too seriously.
Have fun with it.
Sure.
Thanks very much, Tim.
No worries. We'll catch you next time.
Catch you next time.